What happens when a producer goes to the absolute middle of nowhere to make beats in complete isolation?
Saw monkeys crossing the street, saw signs that said beware of elephants.
In this video, I'm going to a super remote location alone and locking myself in for 72 hours to see if I can make my best music yet. Will I be able to finally make a hit song, or will the silence be too much for me?
I'm overthinking too much.
So this is billionaire Bill Gates. He's the founder of Microsoft, and he has this concept called Think Week, where every year he goes into complete isolation to do some reading and to do some thinking. And within this time, this is where he comes up with ideas and makes the most important decisions when it comes to his business. Completely free from distractions. Maybe you're like me. Some days you're able to just create and get a bunch of stuff done. And some days it just feels like you're wasting time. You're not really getting much done. Maybe you're just distracted or you've got a lot going on. And that's why I'm doing this, to basically be free of all distractions, whether that be from people, from social media, TikTok, Instagram, and just be in complete seclusion to really challenge myself and see if I can make my best music. So here's my goals. I'll be there for 72 hours, 3 days, and every single day I need to make at least one full idea. And once I start the day, I cannot use my phone. I can't lie. This one is going to be extremely tough. I'm not addicted to my phone, but I can be guilty of mindlessly scrolling every now and again. And hopefully, by the end of this challenge, I will have a song that I can play out in a club or a festival, or maybe release on streaming platforms. So let's do it. Bags is packed. Time for an adventure. So I left the big city and took a 2-hour hot and sweaty bus trip to the closest town, Kanchanaburi. But that wasn't it. I still had to grab a scooter. Wheels secured, time for the road trip now. And take another hour's ride to the destination.
So I just arrived at the place and this is how it's looking. We've got a studio in a treehouse. Crazy. The journey to get here was wild. I can't lie, I saw monkeys crossing the street. I saw signs that said beware of elephants. I'm really out here in the sticks. Let me show you the little setup that we got going on. This is where we're going to be working from this week, and I gotta say, look at that view of the lake, incredible. And then for whatever reason, if I get bored in here, we got a table out here, which is cool. We got a table downstairs as well. The plan for now is to relax, chill, and then tomorrow when I wake up nice and early, fresh, and we're gonna begin the challenge. I'm super excited for the challenge. This place is incredible. And it's quiet. All you can hear is like birds chirping. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. No sirens, no cars, no people. I really feel like I'm gonna make something crazy this week. Good morning. Today is the day. It's a beautiful day today. Great day to create. We're going with a very, very minimalist setup. I just realized too, going through my bag, I forgot to bring the cable to connect the MIDI up, which is not a great start, but it is what it is. We're just gonna have to pencil everything in. I almost forgot one important thing. Put it on airplane mode, and I'm gonna put it in this room where it's not gonna be a distraction and I cannot get to it super easily.
So I sat down and got to work and came up with these chords. But I wanted to go for something with more energy, so I switched the sound.
Ooh, that could be something. Pretty sure those are the chords. Now it's just really building everything around it.
I added in this kick, then I threw in some props to get the rhythm going, and an open hat. And I came up with this really cool groove. But to be honest, I just felt like I needed to switch it up. So I've been making this track for a few hours now. I think I'm gonna leave it there for now, but I just wanna go for something a little bit different. But as soon as I started making a beat, I ran into my first hurdle.
I think it might be a bit too hot in this room because everything on my laptop is just crashing and moving crazy slow. I might have to just let this cool down for like 20 minutes or something, turn the AC all the way up, and then we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can continue. I feel like I was just getting into the zone.
So then I was forced to sit outside and take in the nature until it cooled down. I started laying down some chords, but I was indecisive with the sound and switched it to this.
Alright, I'm going with that. The other chord progression sounds cool as well, but I think I'm gonna go with that.
I laid down this lead and I laid down this bass line.
It is 9 p.m. Been making this one track for the past few hours. I got the feeling, I've got the vibe, but then comes all the technical stuff like the automations and all that kind of stuff. God damn, all these bugs. So many insects in here, it's kind of gross. I'll show you a little preview. I'm working on the drop right now, but then we have like the same chord repeating the bass line, and then it's gonna go into these chords right here. There's some very classic house chords, and then I found this pattern right here. So in terms of the hook, something very upbeat. We've done 2 ideas today. I'll probably add in a bit more, try and finish this one up. So it's been a productive day, which is good.
I still felt like even though I had been making beats all day, I haven't even yet come close to making my best stuff. I felt like I still had a lot more creativity in me and couldn't wait for the next day to come around.
Good morning. It is day number 2. Last night, I barely slept. I don't know if you get this sometimes too. Some nights, my brain is just so active, just so many thoughts, so many ideas going on, especially with the music. It was like I was half asleep, but also half dreaming about ideas and stuff that I want to do. So today I pretty much woke up with an idea of what I want to make today. And basically I'm just going to try and spend the day taking what I have in my head and putting it all into the door to try and make something cool. The idea that I have for this track is to base everything around a really drony kind of vocal that just keeps on going and going and going. But today I'm actually going to start with the drums.
So I laid down this fat kick,
Bum,
added in an 808 bass,
bum, 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 bum.
and then a 909 open hat to get the rhythm going.
I got an idea for a melody. I kind of want it to go like up and down throughout octaves. And because the bass line's got a different pattern to the lead might have to come as like a breakdown or something, because I think it's going to be too much going on, but it's sounding cool. I like that.
But then I thought I should make it a little bit more simple, so I penciled in another lead.
Now I really need to find that vocal.
And to do that, today we're going to be using Arcade by Output, who are the sponsors of this video, so shout out to them. Thank you for sponsoring this video and making this possible. Arcade is a sample-based plugin, very, very powerful, and has got over 80,000 royalty-free loops and sound inside. Their sounds are super easy to flick through, all easily categorized into different vibes, so you can easily find whatever you're searching for. And trust me, whatever you're searching for is probably in here. Personally, I like to use it a lot for vocal samples because they always sound clean. Once you got up a sound you like, just switch it to whatever key you're using, and then you're pretty much good to go. And with every preset, you can adjust it to however you like with the parameters on the side. If you want to check out Arcade, I've got a link in the description below which will give you 50% off your first month. Definitely go click that and grab your copy. Let's continue building this beat.
This pack right here, Distant Voices, I use it a lot because it's got that really atmospheric kind of vocal. The ones that you can just put in the background and let it drown out.
And then I messed around on the keyboard until I found this sound right here.
Oh, I kind of like that one.
But to make this even more unique, I turned it into audio, added in an EQ to take out some of the low and the high end, and I added a few different delays on top of it.
That idea right there is what I'm trying to capture, that repetitive vocal. But I think the one that I just put in, that would be good as something underneath. I'm gonna open up Arcade again and try and find another pack that has full-on sentences. And away we go. It'd be cool to repeat that last part there. Maybe let's trigger it with one of the black keys. I ended up chopping the vocal sample even more, and I like this pattern now. Up and away, up and away. It's almost like a call and response going on right there.
But then I got a little bit stuck and I just wasn't committing to any ideas.
Quick break to fuel up. What's really nice about this place, they bring you good Thai food. I'm in this weird loop once again, kind of like yesterday, where I'm overthinking too much. Rather than just committing to the idea and the sound, I keep getting in this weird perfectionist loop trying to find the perfect sound rather than just keep on going. So when I go back, I'm gonna try to be conscious of this and just keep it moving.
So after the quick break, got straight back to work and I came up with this.
Really, I just need to find what comes after the break, for the massive breakdown, like dum 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 dum. Need something there. The thing about being in a treehouse, being in isolation like this, there's nothing to do apart from work, apart from creating, apart from making something, which is a really cool thing about being out here, because honestly, I do definitely feel extremely locked in. Even though I've been on a bit of an overthinking streak today. I've already circled the block like 3 times. There's only so much lake and nature I can see. Don't get me wrong, I love just sitting by the lake and chilling. But at the same time, after that, it's just time to get to work.
And then finally, out of nowhere, this happened.
I've been cooking out for the last 3 or 4 hours. I just got this complete surge of productivity, this creativity that just hit me out of nowhere. This is what I've been waiting for, honestly. Where I could just totally get immersed in the music and stop overthinking. When these moments happen, gotta capitalize on it. So we've got a nice little foundation going here. Kinda cute. And then when we get into the drop, the chords come in. But honestly, I wanna make this like go even crazier, but it's sounding cool so far. And then the breaks come in. And then when the drop hits, I'm gonna make it go even more insane than it is right now. Since I've been here, I can't lie, I've been completely locked in. I feel like there definitely is something to just being in isolation and having no distractions. But I've also come to realize it's not just the distractions, it's also about removing the noise, the overthinking that's in your head, and just really getting into that flow state. Because once you're in that flow state, then everything just comes natural. We've made some really cool ideas, but I feel like I still got it within me to make like an absolute banger while I'm here. So we'll see. Good morning, it is day number 3. Final day here in nature. It's kind of bittersweet that it's the last day already. It's been nice to be in a really quiet environment, and it helps that this place is honestly beautiful. In today's music, in some way, I want to incorporate the noises of this environment, the noises of nature, because you can hear things in the background. I feel like it could add some texture to the music today. So I'm gonna go ahead and record some stuff. I know I said I wasn't gonna use my phone, but I kind of have to for this part. But then I swear afterwards, it's going back into hiding. So, the idea that I have for today's track is something I've actually never made before. Speed garage, which is a ravier version of UK garage. I love making ravey, pacey songs, whether that's hard house or techno. So I feel like it shouldn't be too much of a challenge. We need that 4 on the floor kick. And then I have an idea for the bass line, like do, 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 something along those lines. Do, do, do.
So now the kick and the bass sound like this together.
I've got a couple house loops thrown in there. I've just EQ'd out all of the low end, and I'm trying to take like that mid to high frequency. And then when you stack them together, that's when it sounds really cool. I think what would sound really cool with this is just some piano chords, like that classic house piano. Then I want it to go crazy towards like the hook. So with the piano, I think I'm actually just gonna switch up the pattern.
So I made the note shorter, more stabbier to give it more energy.
And now it's sounding like this.
And I layered it with a synth sound.
I'm liking how that sounds. I think we might be onto something here. So I found this preset. It's more garagey. So I think we'll have that for like the first section. And then once it gets into the crazy ravey section, that's when the other respace will come in. Yeah, I can't wait till like we build into the drop. I was flicking through Arcade looking for a vocal to go on top of this, but I came across this pack called Warehouse and this random kind of siren sound that I think would fit really well. Maybe it's like a nice transition. There's a track called The Funk by an artist called Mochak, and I think the vocals in that song would sound really good on this track. I'm pretty sure it's in the same key. They got so much energy, especially in the hook when she really goes for it.
So I chopped up the vocals and found pockets where it fits perfectly.
The track is sounding crazy, but there's one thing that I almost forgot, and that's the sounds that I recorded earlier from nature. So I think I'm gonna use more like a texture or something in the background. Could be cool to even use that. That's like a little rooster sound right there. That doesn't sound too bad actually. Honestly, out of all the tracks that I've made so far, I think this one right here is my favorite. It's got a good vibe. So we start off here. And the vocals just bring it to life. Oh, and the pianos. And then for the breakdown section, that's when the crazy synths start to come in. I might add like something like a... I need to turn this up. Filter down. Jeez! Honestly, I had an amazing time in the nature, just cooking up and making beats. Did I make my best song ever? That's very subjective and I always change my mind on that. But what I really think it was all about was just really being focused, being in the creative flow state and just vibing, which I feel like I was able to really tap into. And I came away with a couple of ideas that I really like. But I definitely think Bill Gates is onto something with this Think Week. I'm gonna be doing this in the future for sure. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.